we are going to do a review on Alan's car.
A review, aka, what the heck is all this play?
Now, why are you bringing it up? I wasn't going to talk about it, Alan. Come on now. So I think this is a good car to do because it's a very basic LS setup. Is it stock, the LS completely?
Yeah.
Like no cam or anything,
no
right?
Cam, no heads.
We'll look in there in a second. Gutted with a nice cage. Couple brides. Are these out of your other car? No, these came with the car.
This one came with the car, and then that one's, yes, that one's out of the FRS.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the Cusco one. Yeah, that thing's so sick. So yeah, gutted, caged. You have like ISR suspension arms? Or something?
So. They're like the basic ISR ones from a while ago. Because they revamped and did like the Pro Series. I think these are just the stock.
So yeah, basic suspension arms, angle, you have what, knuckles and control arms?
GK Tech V3 knuckle with the PBM V1 control arm and then ISR inner outer tie rod. So
very basic, basically like extended lower control arm with a knuckle that has a relocated pickup point. Can we show him? Can we turn the wheel? Give him detail here. Also, if you guys haven't already, go check out Alan's channel. He's so sweet. He's just the nicest guy ever. Actually, this is like a milled knuckle. I thought this was like a cut and welded piece, but it's an entire milled knuckle, and then you've got a custom built control arm, adjustable tension rod, Sickie front sway bar, 300ZX brakes. This is like very comparable to what you would get on just about any S chassis with cut knuckle extended lower. There's just a ton of different ways to do it. So now you got a LS1.
LS1 out of an 04 GTO.
Oh, no. Bone stock.
Yeah.
Mishimoto rad, right? Yeah, okay. Yep. I was like, I didn't even read it. It just looks like a Mishimoto.
Dance coilovers.
Bleep that out. No, I'm just kidding. Type X, Aero.
I mean, know if it's legit or not.
Well, it looks legit-ish. Maybe not. It doesn't matter for our purposes.
Exactly.
Type X, or is that a 326? That's 326, right? 326 wing, RPF1's Alan's favorite wheel. I do love them in the black chrome. So yeah, this is a very, very, like, I don't mean basic in like a bad way. Like, this is a very simple LS build.
It really is. At the end of the day, it really is.
It's not like a crazy LS3 600 horsepower. This is a very attainable, nice build. Like, it's the way you would do it right.
The previous owner, he dynoed it in 317 wheel and 350-ish torque.
Yeah, so very stock LS power. T56 trans. ASD hydro. That apparently isn't locking up super well, like all hydros. Dual caliper, that is important to note. So I can foot brake and e-brake. Type X tails. Yeah. All right, gonna go drive it.
Yeah, go do it.
One thing that's nice about the fact that I've lost weight is that I fit in everyone's harnesses a lot better. Very minimal adjustments needed usually. Before, I was kind of fat. And when I say kind of fat, I mean I was fat. And I had to work to get myself into somebody else's car. All right, so I'm gonna tilt this wheel up a little bit. I like a little bit of angle to my wheel, like whenever I'm driving. And reverse is, it should be the same as my car, over and
all the way to the right and up.
Yeah.
And then don't forget the hydro is
oh yeah, I would have forgot. All right. So initial impressions, I definitely fit pretty well in this. I'm not sure whether or not we should use the gloves. We're gonna try one on a hand here. The seat's a little snug. These brides are meant for small people, that's for sure. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, that feels good. I really like using the gloves because no matter what steering wheel you drive on, like if it's different cars, it kind of gives you a more consistent feel. I don't know. I just like the gloves. It kind of puts me in the mentality of, I can't really rationalize it, honestly. So this is dual caliper. Oh man, he needs I feel like he might need a smaller a smaller bore size. I think that's his problem because it's really tight. So with these hydros, the bigger the number, the more, like, essentially the more power you have, but the harder it's going to be to pull. Or it might be the inverse of that. I can't remember. I remember watching Popular Mechanics as a kid, and they explained how hydraulics work. I think the smaller it is, the more power you have, but the more throw you have to use or something. Anyway, I won't pretend to be a scientist here. Again, just like every car I've reviewed, I'm weird. This is personal preference. I like the steering wheel to be really close to me. You know, I would have it probably about here, and that's just me. Other than that, you know, it feels nice. Hydro's a little far away for like a quick grab. I like to be close. I think this would be the first no, that's a lie. I was gonna say this would be the first LS S13 I've driven, but Marco's is a S13. Oil temp, oil pressure. Does he not have water temp? That makes me nervous. I'm hoping this is coolant temp. I guess if we see this skyrocket, we'll know, because the water temp is pegged. I don't think that's accurate. I don't know if I'm supposed to be in second or third for this course. I'm going to guess third. When you put an LS in these cars, this transmission and the power band of an LS is more so designed for a taller rear end. So when you put them into a car with like a 410 like this, you're going to have a lot less top end, so therefore you normally need to be up a gear, and they have the torque to be up a gear. They're not particularly sensitive to it, but I just don't really like bouncing V8s off limiter. You know, you've got so much stuff moving around. You've got the push rods going up, the rocker arms going down, the lifters. You've got a lot of rotating mass in the valve train, so when you're balancing them off limiter, it just doesn't feel like a good idea. I could be wrong. It could be better than a dual overhead cam, even engine, but that's just me. So I like to try to be up a gear and bog it if anything. So that is the plan. They'll start in third. Not start in third, but we'll do the first lap in third. Feels cool though. Like the cool thing about an S chassis is they're all a little different. They all have their own character, but they all kind of feel the same at the same time. Like you know you're in an S chassis, you know kind of how it's going to drive, even with wildly different setups. The only thing that really screws me up is someone doesn't have like any caster and the car doesn't self-steer at all. Alright, first, second. Handbrake works. It feels a little skatey, but it's smooth like you would expect an S chassis to be. Run the inside line there. I'm trying to keep these cars inside when I'm driving them, just because I don't want to. I'm not going to get close to the wall in somebody else's car, so trying to run right on that cone line so we stay off the wall, but we don't hit the cones either. Is there a crash? All right, so we'll get one more lap in. We kind of felt it out. It definitely could use a coilover, like a different set of coilovers with a little softer rear spring rates to add some rear grip to it, because it's definitely a little skatey. Like it just kind of wants to slide. You get it sideways and it just kind of wants to. I mean, it's easier to drive that way, but when you're trying to keep up with people, it's kind of hard when you don't have good rear grip. And I'm definitely not a proponent of people driving with like R compound tires so that they can like race car up on people, but it is nice to have enough traction to feel confident in where the car is going to go and be able to throw it in and slow down or pull away from stuff. You know, if you're getting close to the wall, you can drive out of it. You know, all of that stuff's really important. So only real thought it could use a little more rear grip. The steering felt a little at the end there when I went to kind of like let it float to straight. I don't know if it didn't self-steer quite as fast as I was expecting it to or what, but it feels like an S chassis with a lot of torque.
Oh, that's because you're driving. Why are you driving?
What? Oh, you meant why is he driving now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just doing 2 laps.
Yeah,
All right, let's try this again. Now that we've got our warm-up lap out of the way, still going to take it relatively easy. This is a nice car. 3rd. Dab a foot brake. It's got plenty of power. I mean, this is a stock LS1 and this thing rips. I'm like halfway on the throttle right now. Take it out here and then kind of cut inside here so we don't end up next to the wall. Yeah, it feels great. This thing feels beautiful. That first lap was definitely me getting used to it. That lap, this thing feels dialed, man. Hell yeah. I'm stoked on that. It felt good. I can't believe how powerful a stock LS1 feels when it's in a lighter car like this, you know? Because it's the same motor I have in my Vet. If you guys have watched my videos, you know I have a Corvette that I drift. God, Pothole City. Oh, God. Always get sketched out. I feel like I'm going to... But yeah, like in this car, it feels amazing. I can't wait to get mine done in the Miata. It's going to be insane. Oh, this thing was fun. This thing rips, dude. It feels really good. The first run, I was a little sketchy on my own. Yeah. It was my own thing. I thought it was like something with the steering that felt a little light or something. I don't know. But the second run, it felt dialed once I got used to it.
But yeah, that play in the steering wheel isn't fun.
I don't even notice it.
No?
No.
Really?
I will say, after driving the Miata and the Vet, every S chassis I drive feels like it has no grip.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, this thing's actually got decent grip, but like, compared to the Miata, you got to be in it so hard to stay in drift or to like grip up. But it feels really good. It's amazing. I was saying it's amazing how powerful a stock LS1 feels in a lighter car.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. So huge thanks to Alan for letting me drive his car. I was gonna say, you leave me hanging. It was a lot of fun. So that's what a basic LS swap 240 with all the right stuff drifts like. Woo! Thanks, Alan. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Say bye, Alan.